where it can wait until the flames die down. But with the flames licking at his heels, the burrow is still his best option. Many of his neighbors agree. More than 350 species, who serves as a janitor, cleaning up after his host. Environment. Fire is less of a threat in the rainforest. Most spiders are not what you'd call sociable. In fact, they're usually downright hostile toward their own kind. But here in the rainforest, there are exceptions to that rule. Spiders that share big communal nests. Now, if you don't like spiders, you might not like this species. It's called Anelosamus eximius. Nearly 40,000 spider species. Only a couple of dozen do this. They're tangled It's the females that do all the work, tending each other's egg sacs, looking after the spiderlings. From the top of the nest, the spiders cast sticky lines of silk that drift on the breeze to catch on nearby vegetation. That creates a trap that can bring a flying insect to a dead halt. When the spiders feel a wiggle on the lines, they investigate. After subduing their prey with a dose of venom and bundling it up in silk, they cart it down to the nest for a communal feast. Tropical rainforests are home to some very large insects. Since social spiders can build enormous traps and overwhelm their prey by strength of numbers, they're perfectly positioned to take advantage of this resource. So bigger is better, but only up to a point. If the colony grows too large, they just can't catch prey fast enough to feed everyone. When that happens, the spiders will have to abandon this nest and go their separate ways to build new homes with new housemates. Group living can help animals meet all sorts of challenges, whether they face an abundance of resources or a scarcity. The East African savanna seems like a wildlife paradise, but it can be a hard place to live. The climate here is notoriously unpredictable. The dry season is a brutal time of hunger, and the rains may come late or not at all. Add to that the presence of big predators, and you've got a hazardous situation, especially if you're trying to raise a family. That may explain why so many animals in this region, including some of the biggest and most familiar, are so cooperative, sharing the duties of homemaking and parenting. And that includes many East African birds. One superb example is the superb starling. So the chicks get enough to eat. Others help with home repairs or nest cleaning. This kind of cooperative breeding is pretty rare. It's practiced by less than 9% of all bird species. This tree is shared by several dozen dozen nesting pairs. It's a veritable village, and there's plenty of help available to care for the chicks. It's the males who weave the nests out of grass and twigs. The entrance hole faces downwards to keep out water and evade predators hunting from above. And it's narrow enough to discourage all but the most determined snakes.